guys! Today we are doing this little guy favorite meal. You guessed it, it's a lasagna. And we'll probably upset some Italian because I am not doing it the traditional way, but it will be a very good. First, I will do a fancy elevated lasagna. But I know you guys don't have 5 hours to cook your meals, so I will also do a quicker version with shortcuts. And at the end, we will compare both of them. So enough talking and let's cook this! Let's start with the fancy lasagna. First, we will start with the mushroom stock so it will have enough time for the flavor to develop. In oil, roast 2 onions, the garlic, 1 leek, then add 3 carrots, 2 pounds of mushroom. For the aromatic, I use fresh parsley, a bouquet of thyme, 4 to 5 bay leaves, a mix of peppercorn, then fill the pan with water. Bring it to a simmer and leave it on medium-low heat for a couple of hours. The longer it simmers, the better it will taste. In a small saucepan, we will confit garlic in olive oil. Leave it at low heat for 2 hours. Now let's work on the meatball. I am trying to teach Sissy how to rip parsley, but her hands are too tiny. For ultimate flavor, always use fresh herb. If you don't, I will come to your house and I will slap you in front of your family. I'm just kidding. Am I? Here I'm using half ground pork and half ground beef. Put the parsley in, add about a 1/4 cup of breadcrumb. Grate a lot of Parmigiano Reggiano. About a cup or maybe more. It's so good. Crack 2 eggs in, crush red pepper to your taste, salt and pepper. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 5 cloves of garlic, and in a blender, put 2 onions and some water to make a puree. This will add a moisture to the mix. And now the fun part, I put my hands in it. For some reason, this is very relaxing. I could do that for hours. But when it's homogeneous, you can stop and start forming the meatballs. Wait, that ball is way too big. Wait, what are you doing now? Ah, I get it. Do you wanna build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. Now you have that song in your head for the rest of the day. You're welcome. Alright, let's go back to serious now. Well, the most I can be, I guess. Now let's build some meatballs. Damn, I did it again. Put those in the oven at 350 Fahrenheit for 25 minutes. Of course, we will do our fresh pasta. Start with 2 cups of flour. Make a wheel in the middle, add a pinch of salt and a tablespoon of olive oil and gradually crack 4 whole eggs and 2 egg yolks. Mix all that with a fork and a bench scraper until a ball of dough forms. Flour your hand generously so the wet stuff doesn't stick to your hands. Sissy's technique is very interesting. Woo! Work the dough for 10 minutes, let it rest for 30 minutes, divide the dough in 4 equal pieces, then laminate the dough by folding it over itself, repeat 4 to 5 times. This way you are working the gluten and the pasta will have a beautiful al dente texture. Make sure everything is well floured, the dough, your hand, the table, the machine, but no need to flour your nose. Pass the dough in the pasta machine from 1 to 6. On this machine, 1 is the widest and it goes up to 8. Air and flour the dough in between steps. When you reach step 6, put fresh basil leaf on half of the dough. Don't overcrowd it and fold the other half over it. Go back to the pasta machine and adjust it at step 4, then stop at 5. It's beautiful. Now let's see how our mushroom stock tastes like. It's been on the heat for about 3 hours. It ended up tasting even better than I thought. Good job, mushrooms. Also, let's take a look at our confit garlic. Nice color. Alright, sauce time. I'm using fresh basil and fresh thyme. 2 big cans of some Marzano tomato that we will crush or put in a blender. Use the method you prefer. Put your confit garlic in, the fresh basil, the fresh thyme, season with salt, and you can also add some sugar to cut a little bit the acidity. Put it on low heat for at least 1 hour. As you know, the fresh pasta cook very fast. We only put them in boiling water for a couple of seconds to hydrate them and to remove the raw flour. They will cook in the oven at the end. Time to assemble everything now. Put a layer of sauce first so the pasta doesn't stick to the bottom. Then first layer of pasta, a layer of sauce. Taste the meatball to see if you did a good job. It seems like it. Cut the meatball in smaller chunks. But why make a big ball if you are cutting them after, you may ask? Well, that way they will be more juicy. Otherwise, the meat would have been drier. No one's like that. Next layer, put 2 sheets of pasta, add the sauce, and slice a ball of mozzarella di bufala and try to cover the most of the area with it. Same with the basil, spread it all over so every bite will have some in it. Next layer will be similar. Put the pasta, add the sauce, but instead of the mozzarella, put some ricotta cheese. How much? All of it. But that doesn't look very healthy. Hey, this is not a grass-eating hippie channel. And the final layer, pasta, sauce, and guess what? More cheese! Grated Parmigiano Reggiano and mozzarella. You can cook this right now, or if you put it in a fridge for 1 to 2 days, the flavor will develop a little more. So now let's do a quicker version of this lasagna. First, the sauce. 2 cans of San Marzano, 5 cloves of garlic, season with salt, add a teaspoon of sugar to tone down the acidity. Add dry oregano, dry thyme, dry basil. Yeah, I know I said always use fresh herb, but you guys want it fast, so basically it's you guys' fault. Use pre-made mushroom stock and tomato paste. Put all of it in a powerful blender and mix. Make sure to taste for seasoning, and if it's good, put that in a saucepan and let it simmer. The longer, the better. That's what she said. Now, meatballs time. You guys saw it already, so let's go over this super fast. Make the onion puree in the blender. Chop some parsley. Here I'm using half ground pork and half ground lamb. Put the parsley in. Crush 5 cloves of garlic. Crack 2 eggs, olive oil, crushed red pepper, onion puree, Parmigiano Reggiano, season with salt and pepper, gloves on, and mix until it's homogène juste. In a pan, yeah, I call everything a pan, put olive oil so the balls doesn't stick. Make some very nice balls with your hands. Make sure they are the same size so they cook evenly. Put those balls in the oven at 350 Fahrenheit for 25 minutes. Let's cook our pasta. Make sure they doesn't stick and cook them only halfway because they will continue to cook later in the oven. Let's take a look at my balls. Oh la la, they are so juicy. I do say balls way too much in this video. I am very sorry, kids. Let's assemble this. First the sauce, then pasta, sauce again, the delicious meat, another layer of pasta, more sauce, cover it with sliced mozzarella di bufala, put a big chunk of fresh basil, another layer of pasta, more sauce, more mozzarella di bufala, more basil, and the last layer of pasta, more sauce, Parmigiano Reggiano and mozzarella! See how fast that was? Now it's time to cook those 2 fatties in the oven at 350 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes or until the cheese is a golden. 30-minute lasagna versus 5-hour lasagna. Which one is better? So let's taste this. Oh yeah. There's a lot more depth and flavor in this one, but both are very good. And for 30 minutes lasagna, this one is a pretty good compromise. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If so, leave a like and subscribe and
See you soon.
see you soon. Good job. Yeah.